conversations with Riverland and let us know how imminent any further work on the silos is?
Okay. Well, I can, first off, I know there's been a lot of discussions on social media, a lot of things being said.
We're past the blame thing, by the way, so.
Okay. You blame whoever you want, but I will say I personally have chosen to stay away from making any statements or going on social media because, frankly, a lot of the things that are on there right now are not true, and I don't want to add fuel to the fire, especially while we are still having conversations about this issue. So I don't want to ruin anything by any statement I make. I want to start out with that. I will tell you, though, that we are in discussions with Riverland Ag about maintaining what is currently there. I can't, at this time, give you any specific details. I apologize for that. But I can assure you that in the very near future, you will be hearing something, and things are looking good.
There's a concern that people are going to start setting up scaffolding and tents to come in sandblasting tomorrow morning.
Correct.
And Jason has offered to chain himself to the building in their defense.
I will do it. Give it a minute.
So, are you saying that that's not likely to happen?
I just came from working for 6 hours. I'm going to probably be working for 6 more hours because yes, tomorrow morning is the start of a new day, and there's a lot that is potentially going to be done. So,
Mr. Mayor?
yes.
I think you're missing the opportunity through social media to dispel the rumors.
I understand.
You know, and that's the connectivity of social media. You're missing that opportunity to get that word out, to get the legit word out for everybody, to let everybody know what's really going on instead of the rumors. And right now the rumors are taking over.
I understand.
And we need the real deal.
I
What's the
understand.
truth?
And you'll get the real deal. I can assure you that. But this is a private business right now, working with a city government, and I don't want to ruin the positives that have been occurring.
But if you're just giving us the truth of what's really going on, you're not really ruining the positives, you're just informing the public as to what, the steps are to get this rectified, hopefully.
You're protecting yourself. There's an election coming up. I don't hold back, and you all know that. Alderman Abel just read a statement to all of us. That was, I mean, I want you to read it if you haven't. If that had been in the paper as a letter to the public, if that had been on Facebook, on your Facebook page, none of this would have happened in this way. Would have happened in a
What letter is this?
much lower key. He prepared a statement. He prepared a statement for us.
It basically laid out the history of the sale, the transfer, and the provisions of the statement of intent, and what would need to be included in any petition to get a waiver for the ordinance for the signage. So.
Justin, I think the biggest concern for everyone right now is that if we could get some reassurance that the pause button will be hit on this matter so that no destruction will take place until we have an opportunity to come up with a plan of action.
I understand. I wish I could.
Can't give us that assurance.
I wish I could right now. And I'm not, I really am not trying to skirt the question. What I am trying to do is protect the city of Manitowoc and the private business that's in discussion right now.
I have a quick question. Have you been in conversations with Wisconsin Children's Alliance as far as the inappropriateness of the mural because it represents alcohol? Has there been any, rallying on their part? Have you had any meetings with them to maybe advocate getting the mural down?
Which group is this?
The Wisconsin Children's Alliance.
I haven't heard of that.
Based here, Andy Short's the director, based here in Manitowoc.
Is that Healthiest Manitowoc County?
Yes.
Okay, that one I know has contacted me about it.
About the murals?
Sure, yeah.
Have you had a meeting with them and talked about it, or?
I had meetings with several people, yes. about this.
And-
But I personally have not advocated one way or the other to that group or to Riverland or to the citizens at this point. But in the very near future, you will see the outcome of what I'm hoping comes from tonight.
Well,
Can you give us an assurance that you've reached out to Riverland?
I have reached out to Riverland, absolutely. One of the rumors on the internet is that I have.
Well,
Yes.
you know what, they're not all rumors, you're making it sound like it's a bunch of adolescents on Facebook, giving rumors out. It's not, and how do we know the truth if it's not out there? If you haven't, expounded on it, how do we know?
Understood.
And honestly, I think it's important for you to take a stand on these things and, go ahead and take a risk and tell us the truth, say, I'm gonna stop this.
Yep.
I mean, you are the mayor,
Yeah.
you're the only one that has the power right now.
Yeah.
What's your personal feeling about the mural? What does it mean to you? How do you feel about it?
My personal feeling about the mural.
About what's
current one out
represented.
there, my personal feeling has always been I never appreciated the vinyl. I appreciate the art underneath it, and that's why
Thanks for saying it's art.
Yeah,
it is art
it is art.
and it's history.
It's Andy Warhol type art.
It's one
But
of
again,
a
I
kind,
don't want to.
only one in the world.
I don't want to. I can assure you, right now, that in very short order, you will have an answer to all your questions. I can assure you of that.
Well, before it's sandblasted or after?
Before anyone puts anything or
And
tries
how
to
will
take
we
it.
get that answer? How will we hear?
I will. There will more than likely be a statement.
I just want to bring up one thing if I could. Why wasn't there public discussion about it? I mean, if the council knew, if you knew, obviously, it was, Joe was saying before, this was decided over a year ago. And obviously, we're not in charge of the papers. We don't know, but if I had known about it, I would have done anything in my power to discuss it. And obviously, lots and lots of people feel the same way. It kind of feels like the cover at night, forgive me. And I know that's probably not intentional. Or is it? It seems like it should have been discussed before. Now we're here at the 11th hour, as Chris had said in an email before. We're at the 11th hour, and it's hard to get things done. It would have been much easier if it would have been done earlier. And I know that the business that currently occupies it is not from around here. They don't understand the historical significance of it. But to have 12 council members and a mayor not understand the
10.
historical, 10, pardon me, and the mayor not to realize the significance of something like that, either tells me that one, you didn't want people to know, or two, you're ignorant. And that's the truth. So I'm not trying to start a firefight, I'm just saying, why doesn't anybody else on the council or you feel concerned about it before tonight?
I think we are concerned about it. I don't think there's an issue about that. Obviously, I would not have come here if I didn't
And we appreciate you coming.
feel well.
Sure.
I hope you can understand where there are a plethora of answers to that question, and I hope you can rest assured knowing that they will be answered in due time. I promise you.
It's hard to get work done on a Sunday night, isn't it?
No, it's a lot of fun because nobody's in the office and people are calling me all the time now. Let's see, 33 new emails in the last 10 minutes.
And Jason, I just want to reiterate the, the fact that the council, we were as surprised as everybody else was that Riverland is moving so quickly on this. That was not our intent, the statement of intent that was executed by both parties 9 months ago is a public document, just like everything else that we do. Whether or not we should have made a special effort to say, okay, everybody, we executed the statement of intent with Riverland Ag, there's so many things, you know, so much business that the city does that it's hard to know, you know, what do we specifically communicate on, or what as citizens do you go retrieve, because it's all accessible and everybody's got busy lives.
Right.
And I get that, so it's, you know, it's kind of it's a shared responsibility to be informed. It's up to the city to present the information, and we do. And then it's up to citizens to get the information as well. And then once in a while, the HTR finds it, you know, within their purview to do a story on something, you know, and they don't always do a very good job either. But our intent was not to, you know, have this done lickety-split. Again, this was prompted by Dave Less reminding Riverland Egg that there was a provision in the statement of intent that we had to discuss the plan for the sign. At that time would have been the perfect time to say, you know, once those vinyls come down, there might be something under there that, you know, we want to preserve. You know, that was the intent of that hopeful conversation that we just never had a chance to have. So.
Why didn't you put that in the conversation though? If there was something valuable underneath there, which we all know if you're from here and grew up here, left this place and appreciated more because you did leave it. Brought friends back. It's Veterans Day. I was a Marine. I brought many people back here. The coolest thing was the Bud signs, obviously for Marines.
Yes, my dad was a diehard Bud drinker. I loved it.
Was a sub sitting in our bay. So, well, my question is, how from here, if you're from here, did that question not come up? Why not try to preserve it in the first place as a historic landmark, something that is literally nothing like it in the entire world? But that puts Manitowoc on the map on a
As
different
part of the
level.
original agreement.
Right,
And
right.
it has nothing, and no, because you can stop things that are historical value no matter who owns them.
But I mean, I think the one thing. My name is Matt Cotto. I served on the council when this went through, and I think the important things that we have to look at is when the agreement was signed, the intention of the city, and it appeared the intention of Riverland was to remove the vinyl banners. I think the story a year and a half ago when this all went through, which has been quoted and posted online, was that Riverland had no intention of changing something that meant a lot to Manitowoc. So what's changed in the year and a half has not been the city's position, it hasn't been the council's position or the mayor's position, it's been Riverland's position. Why that's the case, we don't know, and why they started hurrying this process through the last week, we don't know. But I think you guys should all be pretty comfortable knowing that your council members showed up on a Sunday night, your mayor showed up on a Sunday night, and he's working on a Sunday night to try to get some resolution.
Well, I have a good idea of why they're hurrying it up. This is Wisconsin and it's mid-November. In about 3 weeks, it's going to be to the point that workers don't want to be out there. It's going to be weather.
Right, but again, the intention of the agreement, they've completed that. They've completed that. Why they're going further?
Well, they have a deadline at the end of this year.
No, because the vinyls were the only thing that were talked about in the agreement.
It was,
Okay.
There was nothing that said they had to remove the painted mural.
Excuse me, I think that's my point, is
then
the other part should have been in the agreement. Look, there's something historical under there, we need to see what shape that's in. You, as the new owners, need to know that this town supports that. That apparently wasn't
Well,
discussed
it's still
in the original agreement.
It still seemed pretty clear because after their statement to the press was, we understand that this means something to the city, and when we see what's underneath it, we're going to respect that. Their opinions
They
change.
said that they did not want to, they
Right.
didn't want
That's-
to
yeah.
mess with the
But the
iconic
city
image.
didn't
that
put
may
them in
be
a
under.
position where they had to honor that.
So is this
In
the
the
lack of
original agreement.
communication between you and Riverland?
If I can just say, and I
Because that's what it
apologize, I have to go
sounds
to a
like right now,
veterans dinner
yes.
at the Elks, so I can't stay long. But if I can say, right now, despite what's happened in the past, right now, Riverland is not to blame at all. The city is, you can blame the city, we all do, but we're working very well together right now, okay? I can assure you of that. We're having great communications with them right now. Things are going good. The city has made some changes. We're doing what we need to do to address everyone's concerns.
So you're saying we don't have to chain ourselves to the sidewalk?
I hope you don't, because it's raining.
I have a quick question. It seems to me that it would take one phone call, Riverland to call their contractor and say, we're in the middle of things, let's hold off for a few days till everything's settled, and we know if we're moving forward or not.
it doesn't seem like something that needs to be in the I mean, that they could just